Hey, how you doing? Good afternoon, good morning, depending on which part of the world you're watching this from. But it's a book club. So glad and blessed and honored and humbled that you can tune in. Thanks for staying with us. Let's go into the meat of it. So the title of chapter 7 is You're Only as Good as Your Weakest Link, right? It's just the same thing we typically would talk about a team spirit, right? A chain is as strong or as weak as the weakest link, because a chain has links, right? If you pull a chain is going to break at the weakest link, right? And here, when we talk about what we're going to talk about here is about building your team, right? Whether as an entrepreneur or as a life as a whole, right? None of us can do life on our own, right? We can't do everything that we need to do in life on our own. We don't have enough hours in the day. Now, can we be in all the places that we need to be to get all the things that concern our life done, right? I just see that every day, right? I see how I get to people make a difference in my life, right? I have a firm, which is like a business, right? And I don't go there. I can't go there and be doing all the other things I got to do. So I employ people to do that for me, right? So with my money, I'm able to purchase people's time, skills, talent to be able to do that, right? So I'm able to get more than 24 hours that's allotted to me, right? I met a young lady here who's been ahead of me in the farming things, and she's been able to help me in several ways, right? Help me get my farm workers for this year at a much better price than I'd hitherto gotten. She's helping me getting someone that's going to come install my irrigation pipes, something I've never done before. She's ordering sweet corn for me, the seeds that I need to plant, on like me buying it locally and more expensive. She's getting it cheaper for me. And several other things, right? When it comes to marketing, I'm able to call someone wants to buy 3 bags of Gary, and it's a challenge moving it from where it presently is to the person's house. I make a phone call. Someone is going to do that for me on Tuesday. All right. It's not even going to charge me, but I'm going to pay him what I would have paid someone, a commercial person to do it, right? And I'm giving it to him to bless him, not because he's asking for it, but that is all the things I need to get done. But if I depend on just myself, they won't get done, right? I have someone I met at the petrol station the other day is wanting to sell some of my product in a supermarket, right? That is someone. I'm having to design it. Someone is designing it. Someone is getting the package. Someone has gotten the trademark for me. Someone has gotten the NAVDAC number. You cannot do everything you need to do by yourself. You need people in your life. But it's not just everybody, right? It's got to be the people that belong to your tribe, right? So they have some kind of a likened spirit to you, but not just belong to your tribe. They belong to your team. You're able to call them, right? And you can get them to make a difference for you. And that's what we want to talk about. How do we go about doing that? So here in Bethany's first part of her book, she gives us about 8 different things to look at in building a team, right? She's looking at it more from an entrepreneurial standpoint, but that also can be extended to our individual lives, right? We can build people around us that can help extend our ability, right? Extend our ability, right? We don't have to kill ourselves to get things done, right? The level to which you can build a team is a level or the limit of your growth. Your growth is limited by your ability to build teams that can do things that you cannot do, right? How strong and large your team is is the limit of how much or how far you can grow, right? So let's look at what Bethany has to say, looking at it from our book, right? So she says, to grow, you will have to learn to delegate and trust people with different aspects of your business, right? That's just all I said earlier on. You have to learn to delegate. If you cannot delegate, you cannot be a leader. Leadership is all about ability to delegate, right? If you cannot delegate, you cannot be a leader. If you cannot be a leader, you cannot be a success in life. It takes leadership to succeed in life, right? You cannot lead, you cannot succeed. Don't forget, the first place of leadership is leading yourself. You lead yourself. You don't have to lead any other person. To be a leader, you have to be able to lead yourself. When you can lead yourself, then you can lead others, right? You have to be able to lead those above you also. If you cannot, when you can lead those above you, then you can lead those coming behind you, right? It's a four-directional thing that will lead, right? The first and basic one is that you are able to lead yourself. You can have your life under control, your life having definite, defined boundaries, not one that is scattered, right? But one that is guided. You have a belt that is holding everything together, right? That is leadership. Until you're able to do that, you cannot lead others, right? So you have to learn to delegate, right? So this is a single determinant of how big you can grow your business and how big you can grow as a person. If you have to do everything yourself, you cannot grow big. I used to be a part of an organization that did not know that there were the reasons why they were not growing, because it was like everything has to be. They were not able to trust. When you can't trust, you cannot grow, because you have to be able to trust and release people to make runs for you, right? You have to release people to make runs for you. They're not going to do it as perfect as you can, as you want it at first, but allow them grow. They will grow, right? You're only able to do so much with 24 hours, right? That you have been allotted. There's only so much you can do with 24 hours, right? Yet what you need requires more than 24 hours, but you are not going to get it. You get it by delegation. You get it by delegation. You get it by hiring people. You get it by paying salaries. You get it by using your friendship and your connection and your network. That's how you get more than 24 hours in a day. It's possible and it's available. Your ability to use it is your ability to grow, right? So the secret to growth is your ability to command other people's time, skills, connections, and talents. Some of the examples I gave at the beginning, right? Your ability to do that is your ability to grow. First, like I said, you have to lead yourself, win the war within. Only when you lead yourself can you lead others. Delegate, win the war without. All righty. So Bethany says you have to be militant about not getting caught in the weeds if you want to grow, right? You have to, especially if you're perfectionist or workaholic, and the workaholic, like someone like me, you tend to want to. I'm a recovering perfectionist. I say all the time. I mean, I'm recovering from it. I used to be have that disease, but I know better today. So I'm in some places I'm still struggling with it, but I know better, right, than to want to get everything perfect. I do all I can to cross my T's and dot my I's, right? That 80% might just be the time to go. It all depends on the time I have to do it. I don't kill myself to get the 100%. Why? I do my best, but I shoot for perfection, but I don't kill myself over it, right? Uh, so I shoot for perfection, I get excellence, right? And excellence is good, all right? So you have to learn to delegate, learn to trust people, learn to release people, allow people, give room for people to grow, right? Understand that you did not get there in one day. They also need time to get there for themselves, so set, you have to set some standard and be willing to take what you have while you grow to where you want to get to, right? And Steve Madden so well said it. It says, in order to grow, you have to let go. Don't hold on to everything. Or you have to, you have some people that want to micromanage people. You're going to die before your time. If you want to micromanage people. Oh, this, oh, that one. Have you looked at that? Have you looked at that? When you get into the weeds, you deprive yourself of the ability to see the big picture, right? If you focus on the weeds, you miss the big picture. Leadership is about the big picture, and you have to find people to help you, right? Teach and train people to look at the little details, right? That needs to be looked at, but you need to grow beyond some things, right? Maybe today you're looking at this level of detail. You need to grow beyond that. You need to delegate, get people that can look at those so you can look at bigger things, right? Because the more you look at the small things, it steals from you the opportunity and the time to look at the big things. It's called in economics opportunity cost. What is the opportunity cost of being carried away by the little details? Right? If the opportunity cost is low, well, so be it. Spend your time on it. But if it is high, if you're missing something higher by being lost in the weeds, then you have to ask yourself, does it make sense to do it? Right? It's a balancing game. But at the end of the day, you need to employ the right people to do it. And if they're not yet there doing it the way you want it, help them get there, right? Set the minimum standard for your employment, then help them get there. Give them the time to get there. Give them the tools to get there.